What is going on? This is Game Legend on TV, and this is CLW Podcast, episode 6. Got it right. All right. So, yeah, this week, wrestling's been a little crazy. Unfortunately, I was able to pick up on Raw and a little bit of AEW, and SmackDown tomorrow is being recorded on Thursday. We're trying to do this Wednesdays and Sundays, but I'm thinking Sundays is perfect because it's the hour before pay-per-view, and we can talk about SmackDown, AEW, NXT if we watch it, or SmackDown, Raw we can watch it. We could review everything in full. So Sundays might be the destination day we stream or even go live or record. So hopefully you liking it. We're on episode 6. We're doing big things. People feeling it, people enjoying it. Hopefully you enjoying it too. Just make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe, and hit that bell button on platforms for Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Now let's go. Now, what's been happening this week? What have you picked up on, and what are the things you want to talk about this week?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're true or not, but I do know if it is true, I'm not really surprised. See, the thing is, another walkout happened with this time it's Natalia. And honestly, I'm not gonna be surprised if this isn't like true, because if it is true, it's like 1,000 reasons. Because if you think about it, this specific year, what what championship have she won alone except for the tag championship? What championship has she won except for the tag team champions? This whole entire year, this month, she has not been a women's SmackDown champion. WWE is not never giving her a chance to win by herself. So if she walks out, that's because WWE is always making her look like that little thing that you can just challenge and just make you look powerful. She is not winning like she used to. WWE is holding her back so much because honestly, this whole entire month she has not won anything. So obviously, if she lost again because of a pay-per-view, what do you think she's gonna do? Obviously, she's gonna walk out because WWE didn't give her a chance to win. Okay, Liv Morgan had the belt, but at the same time, Natalia deserved a chance. She deserved a chance.
Okay, okay. So we're doing this. This is like one of those very ghetto, episodes because unfortunately the headset we have right now it's not working. I don't know why. We're supposed to both have headsets, but we're gonna get there, get this under control, which sucks right now. But yeah, you're absolutely right on that. And yeah, so there's been a lot going on this week, a lot of rumors today's Wednesday, July 14th. It's been a rumor today, earlier this morning, which I knew wasn't true. Definitely not true. Because this man would have definitely not let that get out as a rumor. He would do it himself. He would announce it himself. So let's go with the first topic. Number one, TV 14 rating.
Oh,
Now, I'm going to say my opinion. I'm going to let you talk. Now, my opinion about TV 14, I don't think it's a good idea to do it just like right away off the bat. Like they just was like, oh, starting Monday, July 18th, we will be going TV 14. Like, whoa, slow it down. You gotta get your audience first prepared for it. Meaning like something really crazy gotta happen, and then at the announcement the next week, they gotta apologize. Then they gotta tell them there's gonna be a ratings change. Get the kids and the people prepared. So if the parents don't want them to watch it, they can't watch it. If they want to watch it, the parents gotta be with them. You don't just straight up announce that, oh, we're gonna be TV 14. That's violation, disrespect, and it's like a shove in the face to the parents and the kids because some kids' mind state is not able to handle certain things, especially if they like below 6 and 5 years old. So you can't introduce them to violence and to some semi nudity just off the back, off the rip. It's kind of like it's a different time now. You got to get the audience mind prepared and warn parents too, because now some parents be at work. So you can't just give your kids the ability to have access to basically semi porn or, you know, violence, you know, curse words, copying the curse words on TV. You don't want the, you know, kids to be doing that. So I knew that TV rating was BS because you don't want to do that TV ratings change unless you have the ability to announce it and warn the parents to prepare the parents and prepare everyone basically for the change. You just don't go straight up and like some people don't watch the news, the media, the announcements, Twitter or whatever. They just go off and just sometimes they miss it, sometimes they don't. That's something you don't want your fans to miss, especially your hardcore fans, your hard body fans, fans that's old school, probably will come back. What if they don't got Twitter? What if they don't got no other access to media coverage like that? So that's something I knew WWE wasn't like go for that. It was BS. That's why I didn't make a video. Like TV 14 is back. No. I did this podcast. It's Wednesday night, almost bedtime for my daughter. We're doing this late 'cause the only time I have Sue as well. So yeah, so I knew it was BS. I knew it was bull BS. And if you want to do TV 14, prepare the audience first so you get that certain audience that enjoys it and likes it, and it won't be no confusion. You won't get lawsuits. You avoid all of that. So yeah, I think TV 14 it'll make the product better, but it's a selfish thing to do right away. You get what I'm saying? Get the audience prepared first, then turn TV 14. That's just my opinion, though. What do you think about TV 14? What do you think should happen, or some of your opinion about it?
feel like I feel like I feel like if they this I feel like this would have been even more bad. I mean, it is bad right now, but I feel like if this was like happening back then, where the curse words were allowed, the nudity was allowed, like you can like see everything when the PG-13 was happening. If they put that on TV 14, then WWE right now probably would have been banned. Cause back then there was I want to say there was no rules, but like back then PG-13 was like right here when it came to WWE. There was a lot of stuff, especially with Vince McMahon and with the WWE divas. So I feel like when when cartoons was like high back then, and you would put this on TV 14, and just imagine if one of those episodes with Vince McMahon just pop up right on your kid's TV.
That is very true. That is very true.
Mhm.
Very true. Very true.
That would just be so bad, man. If your kid is just watching TV, just sitting on the couch, and just that one thing just randomly pops on the TV, and then they go look up on, how a lot of kids like to look up stuff. They look it up and they find the most wrong things you don't want your kids looking up. So that could happen now if they go on TV 14, especially the PG-13 is cut, but with a lot of scary characters that are here right now. You probably don't just want it randomly popping up, distracting your kids from watching cartoons. And I feel like a lot of kids are not into WWE. So it's not good to like force them, because then they'll start doing, they will want to be doing this, they want to be doing that, and without like a mat, or just doing randomly on the floor, and they can actually hurt themselves. So like if they see like a steel cage match at a young age, or like they see like a chair match, you're gonna hit. No, no, that's not good at all.
Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I like that. Very, very nice. Yeah, man, it's absolutely true, man. It's irresponsible right now to do a switch. Was the right thing to do, get your audience prepared. You just don't. I think it was very actually, like it was disrespectful to straight up say, "Oh, we go on TV 14 Monday." Like what? Well, if the parents can't be there, and then the kids have access, or the parents don't even know, don't even have Twitter like that. Some parents, and the kids just straight up just watch violence, disrespectfulness, cursing, then come home, start cursing at the parents. It's foul. It's very disrespectful. Yeah, that's my opinion on TV 14. TV 14 was legendary. Let's not get this twisted. I seen it. I was supposed to be watching it, but it was we was in a different time. We was at a different time where we knew not to do it, but some kids didn't know better. We knew what's TV, what's real life. Some kids didn't know. Some kids copied moves, got hurt. Some people copied maneuvers, got hurt. Some people copied gestures. DX, it got hurt. It got they didn't get hurt. It got suspended. So like like it's like it's just there's a lot of stuff that back in the days we did, and we shouldn't have been exposed to it, but it was entertaining. We knew it was entertainment. If you from my generation and know that we knew it was entertainment, what was real, what was not, what not to do. So yeah, so bad idea. Whoever thought that was a good idea to just announce. Moving on. Before we move on to the next segment, is there anything you want to talk about? Because I'm about to go on a little rant right here with the next one.
Yeah, I have a fun fact. This is actually a fun fact. I am the only just turned 10 year old out there who actually watches old old school WWE. See, I am the only 10-year-old who knows about wrestlers that I shouldn't know about, who knows about wrestlers who done bad things, who knows about wrestlers who don't even exist now, and who knows wrestlers who was here before I even existed. I am the only 10-year-old who actually looks into this. No other 10-year-old knows about China. No other 10-year-old knows about D-Generation X. No other 10-year-old knows about that. I am the only person out there who actually watches old school WWE and enjoys it more than WWE now. Because if you look back at it, it was entertaining, but at the same time, if they had that on TV 14, if they had that on TV 14, they would have got banned immediately. Like WWE would not exist at all. Especially with this is a funny thing right here. Especially with Vince McMahon. When Vince McMahon was doing that, when Vince McMahon was doing that kiss my butt thing. Just imagine if that popped up on your children's TV screen, that big thing, and they're just asking their mom and dad, "What is that?" And your parents, just have to explain to them what's going on there. That would just be so. That would be so bad, man. Oh, that would be so bad, man. Especially when, especially with DX, that just popped up and they was playing the whole thing. Especially with back then, your kids is just watching cartoons, and that pops up through the ad. Oh man! And then your kids start doing the suck it sign to your parents.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh no! I got one more thing to say. Alright, there's one more thing to say again. It's about Natalia. WWE, if you don't wanna like lose wrestlers, here's a tip for you. Give them a chance. Don't like they even if they don't like work for it, give them a chance to learn from it. Don't like just like, oh, you gotta work for it. So they keep on losing again. Will they learn from their mistakes? Yes, but it's also good to hand them something to hand them it so they can learn from it. So they can like, oh, okay, I lost the belt to this. I need to get better at this or that. They're not gonna learn if you just keep on making them lose and lose and make them feel bad. So they're like, you know what, I give up. If you hand them the belt, make them learn from their mistakes, they will be a higher superstar. But you're not doing that. You're making them look bad and you're just making them lose like Natalia. Natalia honestly could have had that belt. She could have had that belt, honestly. But WWE's stupid pay per view just had to do that. Okay, Liv Morgan's defending the belt, but also at the same time, Natalia deserves a chance. Every single wrestler out there deserves a chance. If you just like take it away, if you just like make them look like a stud just in the corner, losing every single match, they're gonna get unpopular. They're gonna start getting booed. If you hand it to them and you actually make them learn from their mistakes, probably you will have more wrestlers right now. To be honest, exactly why more wrestlers went to AEW. That's a fact. Just right there. And
That's absolutely all facts right there, man. All facts, all facts, all facts right there. Now, now, let's see. As she stuffs her face, we had to do a little fruit break. Fruit break. Make sure you eat your watermelon, eat your fruit, eat your juice, eat your vegetables. Now, Brock Lesnar returns back to Raw this week, and I didn't like his segment. I think his segment was kind of weak. Now, of course, Brock Lesnar's not weak. It's all about the writers and how they present people and stuff. I think Brock Lesnar should have came back, right? Just dominating everything. Like come back like, oh, I'm so upset, I'm furious, or whatnot. Make sure, hold on, make sure this is good. I don't want the computer done. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like he should have came back just dominating every match. I think he should have interfered in every match until Roman Reigns came out. But Roman Reigns is like he's so on just being on SmackDown. But I think they should be clashing against each other every week. Because that's how you build it up. That's how you pump it up. You just don't we've been here. We've been here at WrestleMania. So there's no reason for them to not be like fighting every week now. Stop the hesitation, build up. No, just go straight into combat. 1 week, Brock Lesnar gets him up. 1 week, Roman Reigns bust him open, beat him up, jump him, good. Like go back and forth. Let's stop that. There's no reason to hesitation. Not WrestleMania anymore. They did the build up for WrestleMania. We ain't know they've been in contact already. Just go all out every week. SummerSlam's about to come. And there's no reason for you to be hesitant. Let's book that. Book. Oh, Roman Reigns does something devastating. Book. Oh, Brock Lesnar does something devastating to the Uso. Injures them. Makes them a chance for them to lose their titles. Just make it interesting. There's hesitation between this Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar last match. Blah blah blah. We heard it before. Or John Cena and Randy Orton. Let's just stop. Like we thought WrestleMania was gonna be the last match. Okay, yeah, ain't gonna make it the last match. Don't say this is the last match. This is not the last match. If this is the last match, we want to see them together every week. SummerSlam is around the corner. We want to see them together every week. If this is the last time we go see them in the ring together, make it legendary. Build it up to the point where, oh man, we gotta see that. You gotta see the two Roman Reigns did to Brock. You see when Brock Lesnar did to Roman Reigns, stuff like that, man. Because it was weak. The way he came back, it was weak. So I guess what he did on Raw to me wasn't all of that. What he did to when he came back and what he did to Roman Reigns, fake shook his hand, and Roman Reigns should have known better. Roman Reigns should have. You see how, yo, this is where I would have did it. This is some notes to take. Whenever y'all ready to book me and hire me to be a writer, let me know. Let us know. So, because it's the future champ right here. So let me know. This is how I would have did it. I would have made Brock Lesnar return, right? All good. Everybody gets pumped up. He's coming back. Came back. He shake Roman Reigns' hand, fake shake Roman Reigns' hand. Now you hear that? It's always somebody. Hopefully, it's not picking it up. I can't even tell if it is. America, 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 America. Did it. That's promotion for y'all too. 'Cause this is going everywhere. So yeah, so I think I would have just made him come back, the same way he did. But I would have made Brock Lesnar to be the honest one. Shakes his hand. Then Roman Reigns about to shake his hand, right? Then Roman Reigns the one to catch him with the F5, and then Brock Lesnar gets up there. Roman Reigns run across the ropes and spears him. That and then he throws him out of his ring. He said, "Get out of my yard and stay out of my yard." That's how I would have booked it. That's how I would have did it. Now that's the shocking. That's like, wow, he spoiled his return. This and that. Then it would have been Brock Lesnar's on a rampage now this week. He's on a rampage going. He's going rampant. He's interfering in every match. He's interfering in every match, even the women's matches. He said, "You better stop this match now, unless Warriors coming out." They just run out the ring, run in the audience. I would have made him the beast that he is, but on to the next level. It's to the point where, just like Paul Heyman said, if Paul Heyman said you got to be the Roman Reigns like no other before because he's coming for you, make it like that. Make him Make him dominant. Make him the person that we grew up to be for the last 20 years. Do it. What's the hesitation? Go all out. I mean, we know it's come to a point where Brock Lesnar and all these people that we love can't entertain us like that, like they used to anymore. We need new stars, but if this is the outro a little bit, seems like, go all out. Make him, what I'm saying? Like, make us anticipate wanting to see Raw and SmackDown before SummerSlam. Because there's people that's not even anticipating to look at Raw and SmackDown unless it's 1 week before the event. And y'all need to stop that because you can't just pump up stuff for WrestleMania. Your main events that y'all, that I grew up on as the main events: Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and then see, yeah, it's Survivor Series. You got four: SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble. Four. You know, that's the four things. But y'all gotta stop just focusing on WrestleMania. It seems like y'all do only focus on WrestleMania and Survivor Series. I give y'all that. But let's show more respect for Royal Rumble and show more respect for SummerSlam. Because SummerSlam got some highlights that's legendary that will never leave the memory lane. So yeah, that's my what do you like? Do you have any suggestions, advice, or opinions about? I don't think you did. You see it? I don't think you seen it. Did you? Did Brock Lesnar this week what he did to the that team, the I call it the 2.0 Angle team Angle 2.0. That's what we're gonna call them. I think they should have gave him a little challenge. He kind of buried them like they was nothing. Now, like, okay, Brock Lesnar handle you like you was nothing. Now he's not. It's like he's less intimidating now. But besides that, what happened on Raw that I didn't like? What is your opinion on Brock Lesnar? Do you have one or whatever?
Hmm. What I think about Brock Lesnar is, do you think that he is as powerful as he was back then? For like his theme. Not the way he acts, for his theme. Do you think his theme is better than it was back then, where he would like come into matches and whoever like makes him mad, he'll go like this and that. Do you think his character now is better than his character back then, or his character back then better than his character now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Nice question. Nice question. Well, see, back then this was like something new. We was just used to like seeing Triple H being the most brolic one back then. You had The Rock, but he wasn't on Triple H's level when it comes to like bodybuilding people. We seen Brock Lesnar. It was like, wow. He reminds me of a wrestler that I grew up watching. You know, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. Stuff like that. You don't see wrestlers like that often that has that build like that. So his dominance came in when he did that to Spike Dudley. When I seen that he did to Spike Dudley, I was like, yo, but I'm a kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I never seen somebody powerbomb somebody like that multiple times and just throw him like it was nothing. Like I understand, all right, this is Spike Dudley, but I didn't look at it like that. I looked at his potential, like, wow, imagine what he could do. Hey, this is the debut, and he's doing this dominate stuff. So it's like, wow, yo, like he's gonna be champion very, very soon. And he was a champion in 3 months. He beat The Rock. Come on, The Rock. He beat The Rock. And it wasn't like on some cheating stuff. I think he was one of the first heel wrestlers to beat a face wrestler straight up. Finish move. Boom. Rock that kick out. So it was like it was when you telling me what you saying, the question is like, is he better now or was he better back then? As a character now, I think he's better because he has experience. The experience is from UFC he has, an experience of being on a mic, an experience of freedom. See, back then he had that much freedom. He was gonna get it. He only been there for a year. He was getting it. He damn sure was gonna get it the second year, but the second year he decided to take his talents to the NFL. So we didn't really get to see his full potential. We just seen 50% of Brock Lesnar. We seen him as champion. We seen what he could do in the ring. He's an amazing athlete. But yeah, we didn't really see his full potential, when it came to, Brock Lesnar back in the days, so but his dominance, the way they had him, yeah, it was way better because come on, the scenes. It's like it's not like how it was back then. You get cut scenes, backstage scenes. He's working out with something they construct on a building. Like, yo, I seen that as a kid. I'm like, what? Like, it's like the SmackDown side. He's lifting up like weights. That's why I have that picture because it's the old school Brock that people feared. We need that back. Like, all right, I understand he on his happy, jolly, good guy stuff right now, but I like the I'm a I'm a destroy you, Brock Lesnar. That's just fits his character better than me, to be honest. You know, the happy I like how he clowns around, but that clowning around could get you, you know, in some things that you don't need to be in. So, so we need to understand that his character is a beast and we need to keep him that way. But I understand that he's having fun now and it's opened him up even more. And that's what I'm saying. That's a good thing. He's better on the mic now. He opened up with the fans. He doesn't need Paul Heyman. He has UFC experience. He can really easily destroy somebody. And yeah, to me, if I'm going to rate them back then from now, it's a tie. Because I like the person back then and I like the person now. I like the person now because at least he got experience. Is what he was gonna get back then, basically. It was always gonna earn and always gonna achieve, but he was young. He had other things on his mind. But yeah, very good question. And WWE, congratulations and thank me later. Now, before we next move on to the next segment, I want to talk about William Ring. Before I do that, do you want to talk about anything before we get to the next segment? Right.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with y'all. This is no. This is no. This is no disrespect at all. This is when I was like way younger. Like when I first met Brock Lesnar and I looked him up. This was like way younger. So don't shame me right now. Don't shame me. All right. So when I first heard about Brock Lesnar, and you know me, I looked him up, and this is like when I started looking up like back then wrestling, and when I like again, I'm not bashing anyone, but I was actually surprised when I heard that his wife was Sable. You know why I was surprised? You can understand why I was surprised there. I was surprised because you really think about it. There is a huge age gap. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not bashing anyone. But back then, I was like so confused because I was so confused because I'm like, there's a big age gap between you two. How is this illegal? I didn't think, no. I swear, I did not think that was illegal. So I like looked it up. I did not think that was illegal because I think she was like in her what age was she in? Or, like she was like in her 50s or something.
I forgot. He was like in the 40s.
How old was he?
Oh, back then, Brock Lesnar would have to be like about 27. She was like in the late 30s.
What about now?
I think because in 97, Sable would probably have been in her 30s. Well, who knows? We gotta look that up. I'll look it up.
That's why I was like so confused because I'm like here, and that's why I was like so confused because I'm like I think there's a big age gap because this woman has been on TV for like a very long time. And here's like this new wrestler that she's like married to. So obviously this is why I would be shocked. And that's honestly why I was like so surprised and I was like guessing if this was illegal or not. But you can understand where I'm coming from when I say this. Again, I'm not bashing anyone. I
See,
was
back
just so
then,
confused.
so you probably thought the age limit, was for people that's not, if you're over a certain age, you can't date. No, but when you're over 18, you can choose to date anybody you want. So you probably thought about looking at the age. You thought like, how is that possible? But you have to look at Brock Lesnar's age when they met. He was already over 18. So, but I get what you're saying though. She feel like he should have picked somebody his age, Ryan's age. But when it's there, it's there. And he did a good thing too. I know Mark Merrill mad. I know he's probably doing it. He's probably on the low trying to talk to her, low key. Once Brock Lesnar came in the picture, he was over. It was a wrap. There was no way he could do anything about it. He's like, you still call my wife? Oh, Mr. Brock, how you doing, man? Mr. Lester, man, how you doing, man? Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Mr. Lester, man, I got a pause. I got a pause, man. Man, she ain't gonna have to be talking to you no more, all right? You know his voice. Yeah, I know. I know they had some conversations, man. I already know it, man. I already know, but yeah.
I feel like especially with like her character back then, if she had like people that she knew, like her coworkers, like calling her that they didn't know about Black Lesnar, and then they just picked up, and he's like, "Who's this?" And then the character's like, "Oh," and the character's like, "Oh no, this is just her coworker. I don't want no problem." And he's like, and then Brock's trying to explain to him that she's like married, and then they would just get him so mad. They would be like, "Oh, she's married," and just hang up.
Nah, he definitely probably knew too, though. He knew about it. It's not like he didn't know. But yeah, Yeah. Moving on to the next segment I want to talk about. I want to talk about William Regal. I want to give him an award. Last two is awards. This award is about acknowledgement. Acknowledgement person of the week in the wrestling business. Will Regal gets acknowledgement wrestler of the week because his commentary on AEW. See, I want to make these podcasts at least 30 minutes. When it comes to pay-per-views, that's when I want to make it more than an hour. So, as we talk about William Regal as his acknowledgement award, he gets an acknowledgement award from me because his commentary. His commentary was amazing. Now, if AEW people are watching this too as well, I'm gonna need y'all to keep him on commentary at least on Rampage. If he's, I'm not sure if he's a new commentator or he just was testing it out because he had, I think, his partner or wrestler or whoever he's managing was out there. But I liked it. I like his chemistry with the rest of them, whoever was on there too as well. But I like his commentary. I think he should be on there more often. If he's not a 24/7 manager, I think he'll do great on that as well. So big ups to the acknowledgement. First acknowledgement award has gone to William Regal. William Regal for making AEW for a little bit entertaining. But Jim Ross, Taz, and all of them are good. Tony Schiavone is magnificent. They're all magnificent. But as a guest commentator, if he was a guest commentary, William Regal was nice. I liked it. He should be in there more often. Now, and salute to William Regal for going through all the things he's gone through and overcoming it. He's a good example, a great example for everybody that's going through things, thinking the life is low and you just gotta uplift yourself in many ways. He's a perfect example. Salute to him and everything. I appreciate him in every way. Is telling his story. Blessings to him. Salute. Now, before we go to the last segment of the stream, before we move on to something else, anything else you want to talk about before we move on to the last stream or last segment of the stream?
Back then, as a kid, how did you feel about Vince McMahon? Way back then when it was like PG.
Now, I mean, I really didn't think anything of it because I was adjusted to it already. As a kid, I was programmed to understand that wrestling can be violent. Wrestling sometimes have extraordinary events happening, and it can be causing havoc on a person that doesn't have self-control. I was taught to have self-control whenever I see something on TV. Don't copy it. Sometimes you can't help it, but if you're playing around in a setting where it's time to play around, but if it's time to be professional, like school, you don't do things like that because it gets you in trouble. But so since you say that about Vince, I thought it was just kind of like just entertaining to me. Everything that he did, he made the people do. I thought the Kiss My Ass Club was was funny. I think the Kiss My Ass Club was funny. I thought all the things that he did was very entertaining. I think he helped his own product to become successful. And what he made, what he what he used to make the divas do was just
That's what I was going to say. I was just about to say, how do you feel about when they used to do like pay-per-views when his wife would catch him with the divas?
yeah, it's just the way he used to set that up was just man. You can tell he enjoyed himself. You can tell he enjoyed himself. Every segment he did, it was entertaining. But at the end of the day, like we just can't, you know, we gotta go by the entertainment part. It entertained us. I didn't feel any kind of way about anything about it. I just felt like, It was something to make us laugh when some people couldn't laugh. It made us happy when certain times we wasn't happy. So the roles that was played back then, I ain't feel no way about it. I thought it was just straight up entertaining. It didn't have any effect on me, and I knew what was entertaining and what was not entertaining. So yeah, that's how I think his actions back then was just nothing but entertainment. And yeah, but look at but the accusations that he has on him, I'm not gonna speak on any of it because the accusations is just it's getting out of hand, and I'd rather not talk about it or rather not say anything comment about it until further, you know. Like I said, my thing is I don't feel like it's crazy until until we get the full details. But other than that, man, if some man is gonna show his ass off, no matter what happens to him. As you can see, he's coming on Raw now, being on SmackDown, showing his face, showing you that nothing can stop him and nothing can hold him down or break him down. So yeah. So and I got one more thing before we move on to the last segment with Dean. I mean, John Moxley.
I have a comment on when the female said did the kiss my butt club. I have a comment on it. I felt like if I was like born more early and I was like there, I would have did something that freaking Stone Cold Steve Austin did. If he would have made me do that, I would give him like a low blow and start like and started doing it like Stone Cold Steve Austin and started whipping him. If you was in a situation, what would you do?
I mean, if I was when I should have been a wrestler, I should be a wrestler. If I was had to take place in a kiss my ass club, wow, I probably would have been rebellious. I probably would have been rebellious about it because a paycheck that long can't make me do that at all, entertaining or not. So yeah, I wouldn't have done that at all. That's not happening with me. I wouldn't have done that at all. And wrestlers probably did do it back then too. Or
So, like, what would you want to do if he like tried to force you? What move would you do on him?
uh, see, one of my first finish moves would probably be the super kick. Or game a good super kick. Then I would have had to do a leg drop on him. Then I would have had to make him kiss. Something very disgusting. But that's how my role would have been though, like it would have been rebellious like Stone Cold and all of them.
I think mine too. I feel like my character now. I can't let it go. WWE. Does anybody have the name of like knockout?
Mhm.
Does anybody have in WWE name like knockout? That's like that's
No.
like what my name is gonna be, and it's like a good character. Think of this character. See, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like I don't care what anybody says, but at the same time, I'm tough like China. I'm tough like Jacqueline. Mix all those characters together, and you have me.
Hopefully that caught you because I forgot to put the headset on you. Alright, so we're gonna talk about John Moxley for like 2 minutes, then we're gonna break down who is the best female wrestler of all time. Then that's gonna be the exit. And so my acknowledgement match of the week goes to it goes to John Moxley and Satoshi Kojima. That was a very, very good, good match. Matchup was got my attention. That's match of the week. Match of the week for me was John Moxley versus Kojima. It should have been for the title, but you know how they do. They couldn't do something for spectacular like that on the show. But yeah, it was a good match, very entertaining, good length, nice kickouts. Very, very, very good match. So that's match of the week. Salute to John Moxley for being the AEW champion as well. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, John Moxley's doing good as AEW champion. Hopefully, they just don't have it on him just because they don't have nobody to put on him right now. That's kind of foul if that's the case because he should keep it for a little decent time, you know. So hopefully they could build up somebody, build them up like correctly as like Warlow, maybe give him a title shot opportunity, make him hold two belts, maybe down the lane. But salute to everybody in AEW, WWE that's doing their thing, trying to elevate themselves, and especially NXT. Salute to all of them, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now, yo. This has been CLW Podcast Episode 6. This Game Legend on the TV. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe. Salute to everybody once again that's been supporting the page and everybody that I've been supporting as well. Blessings, blessings. Now, we're going to end this out on who is the best female wrestler right now as of today? Now, I'm going to ask you that before I do the outro and answer it. Who is the best female wrestler today right now?
Alright. Best female wrestler today. Okay, I'm gonna say one today, and I'm gonna say one back then. Alright. So the best female wrestler today, I feel like. Even though I feel like the best female wrestler, if WWE won't stop being so stupid, it would have actually been Natalia. You see, Natalia is doing a lot of things with her move that has run in the family for a very long time. But WWE is just supporting it like that move never meant nothing in the 90s. Like that move, they're treating it like that move wasn't nothing. Cause if you notice right now, every single time WWE she does that move, nobody taps out anymore. What is that? If you notice that every time she does top true, oh what a coincidence! She has the bottom rope. Oh, you go over here. Oh, they automatically do a special move and roll her up. Like no, like I said before, Natalia deserves a chance. This is exactly right. She's probably gonna walk out. Does that depend on her family? No, it does not. Because at the same time, she has a special move right here that is very, 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 very special. Especially through the 90s with Bret Hart, with Stu Hart, with a lot of the Hart Foundation, and you're just treating it like crap. Why is that? You see, if she could make something out of this move, she could do a whole sharpshooter 2.0. But no, you won't make her do that because you just want her to stand there like a little stud, like a little doll, and just have people defeat her. That's not how it works. That is not how it works at all. That is not how it works. Just because freaking you think that all these other wrestlers are tapping out. Like, no, that move is probably one of the moves that you should be tapping out right now. Bret Hart has done it. Owen Hart has done it. There's a whole history behind that move, and you're just treating it like garbage all because stupid Vince McMahon doesn't have a good relationship with Bret Hart. It doesn't matter. It does not matter right now. You guys are just treating all of the old moves, all the old moves right now that actually made history. Y'all are just treating like crap. To be honest, okay, we got some good moves, but there's a lot of moves back then who actually made history. And man, like I said before, Natalia deserves a chance. Y'all are holding her back so much. She can actually be something right here. She can be something all the way right here. If Beth Phoenix come back, they can be another tag team. They could be a tag team again. But no, y'all not doing that. Why? Because all y'all care about is wanting her to get better by learning her mistakes. Okay, I get that, but at the same time, if you give her a chance, she'll learn to get better and better. But it's really stupid because y'all always, for some reason, how when she always does the sharpshooter, for somehow somebody gets the bottom rope, and oh, what a coincidence, she loses the match. That is so dumb. It's really getting me mad right now because they don't know how much history they can make from this, especially in 2022. It's so dumb. WWE, you suck because you can make so much history with this, but no. Let's focus on a championship, and now you're focused about wrestlers who came from a hardcore family. I don't want to. I don't want to.
As you can see, WWE, you have made my daughter very frustrated. And it could be frustrating, and she's absolutely right, and you have to be able to understand the abilities of wrestlers instead of thinking you could just put a title on somebody that really doesn't deserve it as much as somebody else does. So much talent out here that deserves the title, women's title especially. But you give it to Liv. We understand that they're supposed to be, whose belts right now. But yeah, Natalia should have won the belt, and then Liv Morgan should have beat Natalia. But that's how it goes. That's how they made it. And to me, the best female wrestler right now today. But they probably she what wait,
I know
what
what you're gonna say. So we're gonna
what what
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
what
And you said to me
what
that I'm walking out of this. I'm not doing this ever again. I'm not.
why
You said what you think. I'm gonna walk out this. I'm never answering this question again.
why you know who the best WWE women's wrestler is
Yeah,
today? I said today. I ain't saying all
I
the
know.
time. Today,
Mhm.
the best female wrestler today. Do you know who it is? You're like, why you got me to say it? Do you know who it is? She knows who it is. You know who it is. They know who it is. Everybody in this house know it is. It's woo! Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is the best. What is the problem? Yo, Charlotte
That should be
Flair is
your
the
chant.
best.
Boo!
Charlotte Flair is the
That should be
best.
your chant. Boo!
Charlotte Flair is the best. Charlotte Flair is the best.
No!
Charlotte Flair is the best. Come on. Charlotte Flair is the best women's wrestler today. The best athlete, the best everything. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what y'all say about it. The best athlete, the best wrestler of all time.
No, that should be your chant. Instead of woo, it should be boo! Boo! No one cares about Charlotte Flair. She's stupid. She betrays all her tag team partners. First of all, she can't
They
keep a
can't hear
champion.
you.
She can't even keep a championship. How you think that is? She can't even keep a championship. At least Ric Flair can keep a championship. She can't even keep a championship for
She
a
keeps
champ.
it. She keeps it just like Ric Flair. She about to
No,
be
she
15 times,
doesn't.
just like Ric Flair.
Yo, that's
Ric Flair is 16-time
no, no, no,
champion.
no. And this is actually facts right here. As soon as she got the SmackDown champion, who did she lose it to? Who? I want to hear this. Who did? as soon as she got the SmackDown champion, who she losing to? Who? I can't hear you.
Mm.
Exactly.
There's
As
been
soon
a
as she
lot
got
of.
the Women's Champion, after a few weeks, who did she lose it to?
We making too much noise,
Who did she?
so we had to calm it down a little.
Who did she?
But yeah. So Charlotte Flair is the best. So
No. You still didn't answer my question.
Sh-
After she got the Women's Championship, after her,
Charlotte Flair is the best.
after her and Ronda Rousey
Let's wrestle right
had a match, who did she lose the belt to? I can't.
now. Who did she lose the belt to?
I, no, after she had that.
Oh, who did she pass the belt to? Because she wanted to get married or be on vacation. That's what you mean? Who
What?
did she pass the belt to?
No, no,
Who did she pass the belt to?
no. I'm gonna say this right now. She's not passed the belt to anybody. First of all, that match between her and Ronda Rousey
She passed the
was
belt.
fair and
She
square.
passed the belt. What's wrong with passing the belt? What's wrong with passing the belt? Cause I gotta be on vacation with my boo boo. Get married on a cool cruise. What's wrong? And then when she come back, she gonna be more dominant than she was. She married now, so she got that extra backbone. You know what I mean? Like they holding it down for her though. They holding that championship down for her good though.
She was it with man. Even though that match between Naomi and Natalia didn't make any sense, at the same time, even Liv Morgan could be sharp there.
Nope, not a chance.
Yes.
Not a chance. Liv Morgan is barely beating anybody in that wrestling right now. She's just lucky Rhea Ripley is not there because she wouldn't have that belt. We all know
She
this.
won to Rhea Ripley before.
Nah,
That's old news. Rhea Ripley, that's old news, man.
nah, Rhea
Make
Ripley.
another pay per view between Liv Morgan. That's
Rhea
old news.
Ripley should be
Can't
champion.
hold
Let's cut
up
this
with
mess
it.
out right now. Let's
Get
stop it.
that out of
Rhea Ripley
here.
would have won that Money in the Bank, and she would have won the belt. Let's cut it out.
Are you sure about that?
And then if she didn't win, she would have beat Liv Morgan for the title in SummerSlam. So let's stop that.
I feel like no, because at the same time, if you know WWE's pay per views, even no matter what, if freaking if Rhea Ripley was in the Money in the Bank, you know WWE would do like a surprise and still make Liv Morgan win because of their pay per views. You know they would have still done that. Either way, if Rhea Ripley was in it or not, they would have made Liv Morgan win so she can cash it in on Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley was there, Liv Morgan would have won the Money in the Bank. Liv Morgan would have cashed it in on who on Rhea Ripley, and there you go. That's the whole pay per view. If Rhea Ripley was still here, she would have cashed in on Rhea Ripley and won the match.
Okay, I hear you. That's a good scenario, but it didn't happen. So there you go. This is Game Legend 100 TV. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe, hit that bell button for notifications when we go live, stream, or upload the exclusive videos on this channel from old school to new school. It could be English, could be Japanese, whatever. It's entertaining, it's entertainment, and we one of a kind channel, underrated platform today. So it's a CLW podcast episode 6. Episode 7 will be the Sunday or next week.
Before we end it, I gotta say one more thing.
What's going on, Liv Morgan?
I got a question.
Miss Liv Morgan?
I got a very important question. This is probably what
They
all
can't hear you.
this is
Go ahead.
this is probably what all fans want to know from people who watch WWE from like the 90s. I'm still wondering this, but I have a question. Like, is this person in the Hall of Fame? Because I heard that this person's wife and not let them in the Hall of Fame because of what happened. Okay, so Owen is Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame?
No, he's not. He probably never will be due to his wife. But they someday, as you know, someday, maybe, all things come to a halt someday, but hopefully, but I don't think that day is anytime soon at all.
That's a messed up,
So,
man. Cause cause she's like taking it in. She's like taking it all out on WWE. Like it's like WWE did on purpose. She's acting like WWE, that situation that happened, did on purpose. No, of course, no one wanted that to happen. But at the same time,
Uh,
you can't just ban your husband who isn't here anymore and just make his fans forget about the wonderful career he had. And you just can't erase all of that because he built his career from the greatest and from the best. But you just can't like take that away, take that moment away, because a lot of people want to see Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame of how he built up and how he got here. But no, you're like a little footnote in the card blocking that.
okay. Hopefully they caught that because I forgot to give you that set. I was just was listening to you. But yeah, man, yeah, that's true, man. But unfortunately, circumstances happen, and that's kind of like an unforgivable thing that took place. You should have never been there in the first place. And I completely understand her opinion about it all. But yeah, he's a legend, of course, forever will be. My opinion, he was better than his brother in many ways. He should have been heavyweight champion at least once. He should have beat his own brother for the belt, honestly. But yeah, this is Game Legend on TV. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe. Well, what? What happened?
I think you're about to say that he was better than his brother.
Owen Hart was better than Bret Hart.
No, he was not. No disrespect, but no, he was not.
Yes, he
Bret
was.
Hart was the best there was and the best there ever will
Well, you bet to start a whole hour conversation. We can save that for the next podcast. All right, we can't make this a 2 hour podcast. We gotta make it an hour. Well, we're gonna go take notes though. We're gonna That's a conversation to have next week. Tune in next week for episode 7 as we talk about the weekly of AEW and WWE as much as possible, and we will discuss next week if Bret Hart is better than Owen Hart, and
Comment down
maybe,
below. Comment down below.
yeah,
Comment down
I
below.
just think Owen Hart is a better wrestler, an athlete.
Yep.
But if you look at Owen Hart's highlights, all the moves he used to do, luchador moves. He has Bret Hart's move packed inside that. Come on, man.
He gets all his
Come on, man.
yeah, but he gets all his
Bret
training.
Owen Hart was fighting like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart put together. Come on, man. Let's not do this, man. It's
Yeah.
just that he didn't get the opportunity just like his brother got. It kind of sucks. But yeah, that's next week conversation. Tune in to episode 7 CLW podcast Certified Legends Wrestling. Episode 7 next week. Tune in. Salute to everybody once again. I've been watching this podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Tune in next week. Peace and blessings to all from Athena and Game Legend 100. Peace and blessings.